What's up, everybody? I'm Goku, and I'm bringing you guys part 2 of what if Goku used the gravity room before Z. Now, as I explained in the previous part, Goku was able to win Super Saiyan against Frieza and eventually defeat him due to his increased power level thanks to his gravity training. Of course, Goku did become strong, but eventually he was able to actually get a call from Kami to actually train under King Kai, who was able to actually teach him a powerful technique soon after. Of course, Goku decided to agree to it as he goes back to Earth. But of course, Vegeta was still back to Earth, and eventually when he was fully healed, he decided to train using the gravity room, and with this power, he became immensely strong. By the time Goku returned back to Earth, Vegeta most likely would have reached a power level of 700,000 by the time of Goku arriving. Of course, Goku will be far ahead above Vegeta, and he will most likely have much better control over Super Saiyan by the time of his training there. Of course, Kai will still get Goku to King Kai, and eventually Goku would have trained under King Kai, learn the Kaioken and the basics of it. Even though Goku thinks that the Kaioken will not be needed for his power, Goku has to still actually keep it, since he thinks if he masters Super Saiyan, maybe he will be able to actually utilize Kaioken and Super Saiyan together. He thinks that with this, maybe he will be able to go beyond the Super Saiyan wall a lot better, since he can feel that the Kaioken and Super Saiyan kind of similar to one another. The one increases the pain while the other increases the anger, which would be pretty good in Goku's opinion. Goku then returns after a couple of months and eventually trains with the others. Of course, Vegeta, by the time of his training, has trained with the humans and he's actually grown up to be a lot better person. Goku would have trained with Vegeta and eventually would have used Kaioken a lot more than even Super Saiyan. Of course, Vegeta wants to see Goku's true power, and Goku shows Super Saiyan. But of course, Vegeta will still be impressed by Goku's power and strength, since he has never seen Goku's power ever before being this powerful. If only by the time Goku and Vegeta are reaching power levels of the millions and even higher base forms than their original counterparts. So yeah. Of course, when King Cole does arrive like in the original, he's easily defeated by both Goku and Vegeta, and this is where I'm actually the beginning of this timeline explanation. Now, the 3 years time skip will still begin as the original, with Vegeta of course learning Super Saiyan thanks to Goku, and which actually growing up to actually kind of respect Goku in some way. Of course, he still calls him Kakarot and kind of still calls him the low class Saiyan, but he does have respect for him nonetheless. Of course, when Goku does get the heart virus, he gets sick and dies. Of course, Vegeta does respect his death and continues to train so he can become stronger. Of course, Vegeta wants to train Gohan as well, but Chi Chi thinks it's not needed since he's strong enough. But Vegeta wants to make sure that the Earth is protected if he's not here. Vegeta does care for Earth since his son is born, so he wants a strong people to protect his family. Of course, Chi-Chi was still against that, but eventually when the androids do appear, they kill almost everyone except Krillin and Vegeta. Vegeta is able to use a solar flare that he learned from Krillin so they can escape. Of course, this was the moment when Gohan achieved Super Saiyan for the first time as he saw everyone's death. Chi-Chi was still against Gohan's training, but eventually when Vegeta kind of snapped at her, telling her that Gohan should make his own choices and not just listen to her, this is the moment when Gohan agreed with Vegeta. Vegeta, of course, was actually the first time that he snapped at someone, because Vegeta has been changing a lot since then. He's not only had a family, but also changing his mind, so yeah. So by the time of Gohan actually growing up, Vegeta would have trained him alongside Krillin. Krillin would have learned the Kaioken thanks to Goku and is growing currently stronger. Of course, both Krillin and Vegeta have been training Gohan in the area to taught him how to increase his power and utilizing Super Saiyan a lot better. Vegeta is able to achieve grade 2 of Super Saiyan, but even with grade 2, he's still not stronger than 17 and 18. He knows that grade 2 isn't very powerful, but he still thinks that his power is just not enough. Even when Gohan does achieve grade 2 in his rage boost, it's still not enough to even put up that much of a fight. Vegeta is kind of disappointed that they have not able to grow stronger, but eventually when Bulma does offer the idea of time travel, Vegeta decides to agree with it. Thinking that maybe it's the best way if he goes back to a past so he can warn his past self and Goku about everything. Gohan does also agree, but eventually, when they're actually getting supplies and protecting the other survivors, they're attacked by the androids. Krillin and Vegeta decide to fight them, but they're low on energy. They tell Gohan to escape as quick as he can. Of course, Gohan tells them that he can help, but they tell him to go now. Both Krillin and Vegeta decide to fight both 17 and 18, but Krillin falls first while Vegeta sees Krillin die. Vegeta decided to do something maybe stupid or rational. Vegeta powers up as his energy starts to skyrocket. He was not powering up into another form. No, he was preparing the same technique he used against Majin Buu, but in this timeline a lot earlier on. Gohan Sensei Vegeta's ki increasing thinking that Vegeta was trying to go a level beyond. Gohan then looks behind and he sees a gigantic explosion with Vegeta roaring roaring in pain as he yells with his final words, saying to Gohan that he's sorry, as he uses the final explosion and annihilates the entire city. But both 17 and 18 were able to come out of the rubble. They were scratched by the attack, but they're still able to walk around, seemingly as they were unfazed by the attack, but the attack was still pretty powerful to injure them slightly. They were still impressed by the prince, but Vegeta died, sacrificing himself for nothing, as the androids were still alive. Gohan filled rage and disappointment to himself, felt like he was useless, so he trained Trunks after he was trained by Vegeta. Trunks became incredibly strong and powerful as he was able to achieve Super Saiyan way earlier on than Gohan. Gohan was able to achieve it at the age of 15, while Trunks was able to reach it at the age of 13, which by the time Gohan would have been much more powerful. Both Trunks and Gohan are much more powerful than the original canon counterparts because they're trained together. Also, Gohan would have not lost his arm since he would have been much more careful in his timeline, knowing what his mentors wanted him to do. Eventually, Gohan would have went to the past and eventually would have faced off against King Cold, which was supposed to be defeated by Goku and Vegeta. Of course, Gohan would have went to Super Saiyan and easily would have defeated King Cold, seemingly showing him no mercy. Of course, Future Gohan would have warned both Goku and Vegeta from the present about the androids and how powerful they are. He also gives Goku the heart medicine and tells him to take it so he doesn't get the heart virus. He also tells Vegeta good luck as Vegeta just looks at Gohan. But Vegeta has a slight feeling that Gohan is hiding something, but he cannot tell what it is, but Vegeta decides to keep that to himself. Eventually, Future Gohan returns back to the future, and everyone has to continue their training using the gravity room. Bulma is able to upgrade the gravity room to go up to 10,000 times gravity, as both Goku and Vegeta are used to it. Goku decides to actually try and mastering Super Saiyan, since if Gohan told him that Grade 2 of Super Saiyan was not enough to beat them, then maybe they should go to a full mastery of it. And Vegeta decides to agree, since he thinks that the other grades of Super Saiyan will most likely be lowered on stamina, so they decide to master Super Saiyan right off the bat. Goku and Vegeta think of maybe even teaching Gohan Super Saiyan so he can become stronger, but Chi is still against that. But eventually Vegeta tells her that if Gohan does not achieve Super Saiyan, how is he gonna protect himself or anyone else? Gohan is strong because Goku trained him. If Chi did not let Gohan not train, Gohan would have most likely would have died ever since meeting Raditz. So he must train. Goku is actually surprised that Vegeta does care about Gohan. Vegeta just has the feeling that he should help Gohan and Goku as well. So Vegeta just tells Goku or Kakarot in his opinion that he just wants the kid to be strong so he can protect Earth if both of them are around. Goku smiles and agrees with Vegeta as both of them decide to train together, with Piccolo joining them as well as they continue their gravity training, with the humans doing the same in their own gravity room. Eventually, when 3 years pass, both Goku and Vegeta are able to master Super Saiyan and have full control over it. Gohan is able to achieve Super Saiyan, but he only has grade 2 and 3. He does not have any higher forms than that, since he was not much focused on training like Goku and Vegeta were. Piccolo was also able to become stronger, and his base is increased to match that of Goku and Vegeta's in their Super Saiyan levels. So yeah. But of course, Dojiro will still appear, and this Dojiro will be incredibly stronger than the original canon. But of course, due to Goku and Vegeta Master Super Saiyan, they must have no difficulty beating them. Also, in this timeline, Goku did take the heart virus because of Vegeta nullifying him. Because Vegeta most likely would not want Goku to practically be weakened in the fight, so he would have told Goku to practically take the medicine while in their training. So most likely that Goku would have taken the medicine and not get the heart virus. But of course, Future Cell will still be around. And eventually, most of the canon events will still go the same as the original, and eventually Cell will still absorb the androids. And eventually became Perfect Cell. Of course, with Goku and Vegeta already having Master Super Saiyan, and feeling the power of Cell, they decided to continue to train and even go past beyond the Super Saiyan level. They decided to also train Gohan along the way. Future Gohan decides to train his past self, while Trunks decides to train with Vegeta. But Vegeta decides to just let Future Gohan, Future Trunks, and present Gohan to train together, while him and Goku train together with Piccolo. Of course, Future Trunks decides to agree with that, since they think it's the best way of their training. And eventually everyone splits in their own various teams of their training partners. Goku and Vegeta alongside Piccolo decide to train together inside the time chamber for 2 years, and same with the other Z fighters as they decide to prepare to face off against Cell. But guys, this is the end of this part. I will see you guys in the next one. Sayonara, my Z fans. See you next time.